Thank you. I'd like to welcome everyone to the December meeting, regularly scheduled December meeting of the Frankfurt Plant Board. Ask Madam Secretary, please call the roll.
Member DeLong?
Here.
Member Peabody?
Here.
Member Mason? Member Snyder?
Here.
Member Devin Mitchell? Here.
I'd like to welcome everybody to the meeting and start off with the first action item. As Mr. Mason makes his presence known. I texted you, Steve. You didn't respond.
I've been in warm weather for 2 weeks.
All right. He's letting everybody know Mr. Mason is here. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes for the November 17th special board meeting. Anybody have a chance to look at them? Does anyone have any additions, deletions, or corrections?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion made to approve. Second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. And all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is accepting the financials from the month ending November 30th, 2025. Mr. Denton?
Good evening, everyone. Tonight before you we have financials on and through November 30th, 2025. So this is our 5th month of our current 2026 fiscal year. Our fiscal year ends on June 30th of each year, so we are looking at month 5. Before I get started with the financials, I'll give you a quick audit update. As we've talked about the last couple of meetings, our audit we usually present around October or November. We're looking to bring that to you all in January. Little behind schedule because of the single audit compliance supplement that was a little late getting out because of the government shutdown. So we'll bring that to you in January. We are expecting a clean, unmodified opinion as we usually see. So we'll have that presentation. Blue will be here to present that, or at least probably remote to present that. So looking at financials, starting on page 17, going to give you just a really brief update. It's a lot of the same that we've talked about the last pretty much this whole fiscal year. Looking at page 17, statement of net position. what we've seen last few months and this fiscal year is assets are up about 1%, being driven primarily by investment in our capital infrastructure. That's assets in electric, water, and telecom assets that help provide the services that our customers need. We have done a significant amount of investment there, and something you'll see that's kind of offsetting that in a way is our decrease in cash and investments. You'll notice we're down $3.4 million in cash and investments, getting us still, we're not getting below any unsafe territory on those numbers, but we are put a lot of money back into capital investment, outpacing what we were able to generate in our operating income and expenses. Like we've discussed over the past, liabilities are down year over year, primarily due to a decrease in our Kentucky Public Pension Authority pension and OPEB liability. And when you have your assets up and your liabilities down, that's an increase in that position for the year. When you're looking at our financial performance for the year, just briefly, want to go over and look at page 22. This is our statement of revenue, expense, and change in net position. You'll notice that our operating revenues are hanging right with our budget estimates, and our total expenses are actually below budget as well. So we're trending well within our budget parameters and very close to last year's performance as well. So not a whole lot to change. I'd be glad to answer any additional questions you may have, but that's a quick summary of where we are through the first 5 months.
David, so we're pretty confident we will have the audit in January, if not January and February?
We will have it in January. I
Okay.
feel very good about that.
Okay, good. Okay. Any other members have any questions? Steve?
Back to the expenses, where you said it's down. Outside of public, the pension expenses going down, how's everything else? It's pretty much flat.
Year over year, if you look at year over year, we've actually seen an increase. Our health insurance is actually up if you were to look at one that stands out. So year over year, we're up about 4% in expenses. But if you look at budget to actual, we are actually below where we thought we would be. So year over year, we are up 4%.
Okay. Because pension can change each year, and that's, I don't want to distort the pension, where we are financially because of some fluctuating expense.
Yes, sir.
Expense.
Yeah, but paper entry based on accounting rules. Yes, sir.
Right. Anyone else?
No, and I think, Gary, didn't you all have the other day that CERS is projecting the rate for pensions will go down again next year? The match rate, the employer match?
We will take that because it seems like everything else goes the other direction.
Accept a motion to, I'll take a motion to accept the financials.
So moved.
Motion made and seconded by Mr. Mason to accept the financials. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Do we have any public comment?
No, sir.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is the informational reports. Gary, we're gonna let
Yeah, Travis will help
Travis
me, yes.
handle those? Okay.
Okay, yeah, be happy to. Looks like Harvey's gonna kick it off for us with the public information.
Thanks, Travis.
Yep.
Chairman, members of the board. Just some public information updates. We want to thank all those folks who participated in the food drive that benefited the emergency food pantry, and also those who participated in the Cram the Cruiser event out of Kroger. It was a chilly day, but we had good turnout. Also, we're working to educate our customers on the importance of using the My FPB portal and app, and the benefit of that the customers gain from using those tools, and encourage anybody who's watching who hasn't to go to my.fpb.cc to sign up and begin taking advantage of those resources like notifications and online bill payment, usage reports, and the such. Also, as far as Cable 10 goes, we were out there at the Frankfurt Christmas Parade. I want to thank our crews who participated with decorated trucks. We covered the 2025 Miss FCHS and Miss Western Hills pageants, which also included the traditional marathon on Thanksgiving on Cable 10, showing all those old pageants. We also covered the last 2 playoff football games for Franklin County High School. We congratulate them on a great season. 2 city commission meetings, 2 fiscal court meetings, some downtown Frankfurt commercials and promo videos, 2 episodes of Trash Talk with Allie Hall, and we recorded the local production of the Bluegrass Theater Guild. Holiday productions are in full swing. We cover the Capital City Chorale and the Franklin County High School Winter Choir Concert, the best Christmas pageant ever over at Frankfort High. And then coming up on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, we'll have the best Christmas pageant ever marathon and the Christmas Parade Marathon on Cable 10. So folks have some local holiday programming while they celebrate. So that's what we got going on. Happy to answer any questions you guys have.
I believe we can let the record reflect that the only Franklin County High School football game that we were not able to broadcast all year was the only one they happened not to win. So maybe, we'll see.
I haven't made that connection yet, but that's a good point.
If I could, Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I've watched it twice now. The Christmas parade, you all really do
Yeah.
a good job. And Miss Lindsay was great as the
She was
master singer, but
fantastic.
and our trucks were fabulous.
They were.
Yeah,
It was
they were
great
good.
all around.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you all.
Thanks, appreciate it, Harvey.
Okay, next up will be Darren with the knock and safety report.
Good evening. For November, it looks like the knock entered 475 trouble calls, handled 2,361 phone calls. On the locate side of the house, we did 509 locates, so down just a bit, which it's expected this time of year. And for the fiscal year for locates, that totals 3,369 locates, so that's about on track. For the safety report, if you look in the safety report field, that's what you want to see, a bunch of zeros. We had no workplace injuries, no vehicle accidents, and no damage investigations. So November was a good month. And also the safety department obviously conducted their normal safety trainings meetings, completed an arc flash analysis of most of our facilities. We have a couple more that we're going to do, so we include the whole company, and did AED and first aid updates. So just normal safety stuff, but everything else is going well, not much to mention.
Good. Good. Any questions? Thank you, Darren.
Nothing, thank you.
All right, thank you, Darren. Next up will be customer service. April?
Good evening. You can find the customer service reports on page 97 to 101. And there on page 97 is where you'll see the customer service overview. I did change these reports just a little bit this month because when we report on the average customer wait time, those were customers in the office and the phone calls. And before I was kind of separating those. So what I did is just kind of put those together under the customer service calls and walk-ins, and then split that up so that you could see how many of them were actual calls and then how many of them were customers in the office. Wait times did go down. We were under a minute for tier 1, a minute and 14 seconds for tier 2, and then 2.5 minutes for tier 3. And then if you take out those peak days, we were at 30 seconds for tier 1, tier 2, and then a minute and 15 seconds for tier 3. Again, we're fully staffed, so that makes a big difference. This was the first month that we've actually had a full staff. Unfortunately, it's not going to last long because we have a CSR position that we just posted that closes on Friday. So we'll go back through that process again, but we're hoping that we'll get a good applicant there. We had a total of 6,778 customer contacts. 5,420 of those were calls and walk-ins, and then 1,308 transactions through the drive-through, and then 50 portal applications. I also added on here this month, the NOC does assist us in tier 1. So our tier 1 has all of our CSRs, and then if the NOC is available during the day, they assist with what we call light customer service. And so I also added on there those calls that they assist us with as well. Some of those calls do get transferred back. So usually those tier 2 and tier 3 calls do come from the NOC. But they do assist them on that front end, and then anything that they need additional, they do send up to us. Our kiosk transactions were 503, and then we had 9 positive Google reviews, and this month we didn't have any negative, so we're pretty proud of that. Other than that, we did see it was a bit of a decrease in our customer contacts this month. We typically are about 8,000, and we were at like 6,800, so we were thankful to have a little bit of a slower month, but we expect that to pick up in January since we've had really cold weather the last few weeks. So we'll probably start to see calls in January where people are starting to get their bills from this cold weather that started pretty soon. So we're hoping spring comes sooner since winter came so soon. But if y'all have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Any questions?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, April. Next up will be the Telecom report, Adam.
Good evening. The telecom report starts on page 103 with the customer breakdown. We're still moving the bar on the next band, pushing the customers over. That's going pretty smooth. The outages for the month, we had 4. 3 of them were power related, blown fuses, bad power supplies, and one of them was a water damaged tap that we had to repair. Trouble cost seems to still be trending down, or it's about 240, so, or 254, whatever it was, and you know that's good. And still, the main driver there is customer education, and we're seeing a lot of, even with the new gear, people understanding that their older iPhone might not be able to get a gig. You have to have a 17 or something manufactured after 2022 or along those lines. So still a lot of customer education, but that is good to have customer education versus plant impairments or equipment issues. So the construction for the overbuild is complete. Every area is active except a part of Oynton Road, and I'm hoping that I can get that activated by January 1. It's basically, we have the cabinet set, we have it powered on, we're testing all the equipment, and as soon as we get done testing, we'll install it. But weather's kind of hampered us a little bit because it is a lot of really expensive equipment. We don't want to have it out while we're trying to get it installed till we get better weather. The grant areas, so we completed, let's see, Nineveh Road, area 1472 is complete. Hickory Ridge, that area is complete except for 6 houses, and we're waiting for our underground contractor to finish those up. Right now, we're really focusing on the area 2, which is the bigger area, and still pushing forward with it. So, that's all I have. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
When do you think we'll finally flip over and have more next band customers than cable? We're awful close
We're
right
awful
now.
close. Let's shoot for next month.
Sounds good. Sounds good. We'll look forward to it.
All right.
Anyone else have any questions? Thank you, Adam.
All right, next up is the electric report. Scott?
Good evening. Electric report will start on page 107. As we said last week, that the APPA has kind of switched to a new format, so you will see the new reports this month. So on page 107, you'll see our SAIDI numbers is running at 85.95. Page 108, this is the similar pie chart you've seen in the past, but below it does have the actual count per percentages of the outages, and on top you'll see where it shows you that the total customers affected was 285. The statistics were average customer per outage was about 15.83, and we had a total of 18 outages. And then starting on page 109 to 110, it shows the top 10 outages for the month. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Okay, thank you.
All right, yep, thank you, Scott. For AMI, we're at 21,713 electric installs. That's 98.5%. Water is at 15,476. That just puts us over 90%. Kind of part of the year, installs slow down a little bit for weather-related issues. You know, we don't want to tamper with a water meter if it's below freezing. Don't want to cut somebody's power if it's, you know, super cold. So installs will probably be slow the next few months, but we're in pretty good position to kind of get really close to that 100% come better weather. So kind of business.
Will we have 100% done by the end of the fiscal year, you think, or let's do it?
Yeah, it will be maybe partly contingent on, you know, kind of what happens with some of these other water districts and how we kind of balance that. But as far as material, we're in pretty good shape. So yeah, I mean, I think it's within reason to say that. Yes, I think so. Yeah. For SEPA, the SEPA report begins on page 111 of your board package. You'll note that our SEPA capacity charges went up a little bit this month. So our total bill from SEPA went from $83,000 to $86,534 this month. If you remember back a few months, you know, some of those SEPA long-term planning projects, they're you know, capital improvement projects over the years. Those rate increases are starting to creep in. So that bill is up a little bit this month. Our payment for SEPA, $161,500, for a profit to the board of $74,965. So despite kind of some of those rate increases rolling in, we're still doing pretty well in SEPA. And through October, that puts us at $1,591,377 for the total net benefit to the board with SEPA. Happy to answer any questions on those.
Any questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Alrighty. Yep, thank you. Okay, Bruce with water distribution.
Good evening, Board. Starting on page 115 in your board packet, you'll see that in November we had 6 new water services installed. We had 5 water main breaks, and we had 1 outage from a water main break in order for the corrective measures. A couple other little notes. Through November, we worked about 690 service orders, laid approximately 2,150 foot of water main through November. And then we also had a retiree in November. And then thanks to working with HR, we were able to get our new hire started yesterday. So we had very, very minimal downtime. The way we set up the interviews and everything played out really well. So other than that, that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Any,
Anyone has any questions?
any big problems over the last couple of days with the?
You know, surprisingly, the cold front this weekend, very minimal after our calls. I mean, very minimal, like just 2 or 3. We did have a water main break Sunday, but overall, it was a pretty basic repair. And we had a water main break come in yesterday right at quitting time. Other than 811 had some phone issues and some of that getting the locates out. Very standard repair. It just took a little while to make sure all the appropriate utilities were aware and responded for the job. So
Good. Okay. Any other questions? Thank you.
all right, have a good one.
Thank you, Bruce. Water treatment plant report, Brandon.
Good evening, everyone. For the month of November, the water treatment plant treated 258,102,000 gallons of water for an average of 8.6 million gallons a day. Lock 4 averaged 3,834 cubic feet per second for an average of 2.48 billion gallons. And there was 2.3 inches of rain this month. So,
Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. Mr. Chairman, I think that concludes our departmental reports.
Gary, do we have anything on QME at all?
Not really. We do, QMEA started the budget process for next year.
Okay.
So, but I don't really have the full number yet. But they just started discussing. We had a meeting, a committee meeting today.
Okay. All right. Yes. Yes, sir, Steve.
In that starting process, have they identified their projected revenues and where they're coming from?
Last of the part I don't have that yet. They do throughout basically, for example, their admin budget, for example, the overall, not the power or cost, only the portion regard to their office, personnel. That part of discussion just started. But that part is overall is not a big part of the overall budget.
Well,
So,
I mean, preliminary, I'd be interested in what they are projecting their revenue and where it's coming from. The expenditures is another story, but for our interest, I'd like to know where they're identifying their revenue sources and amounts,
Yes,
even if it's preliminary numbers.
yes. I will definitely, when I have the information, I will share with you. Yes.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Next item on the agenda, action item 5.1, consider approval of the Ethics Committee, appointment of Mr. Jack Brewer, Hants.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Mr. Brewer is currently serving on the Ethics Committee. He's indicated that he is willing to consider reappointment. We have two positions coming up here at the end of December, so have one more after Mr. Brewer. and I ask that the board consider reappointing Mr. Brewer to the Ethics Committee. Thank you.
And the other person that was on the committee is no longer a Frankfurt resident, correct? Is that our understanding, or?
My understanding is the other individual is in Louisville, in kind of
Right.
you know,
Sure. Okay.
so I think still has a home here, but is still in Louisville with some
Okay.
family for
All right.
some issues.
So, any discussion, or, if not, I'll accept a motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Hans, have you gotten any, names for, suggestions from board members?
I'm not, I was gonna ask that if anyone, know Mr. Cubine had some folks, that, potential.
And I didn't approach anybody. Those are just a
Sure.
list of names that came up. If there was any interest in them, they'd have to be contacted. 'Cause
Yes, sir.
I didn't contact anybody, just names that came to mind.
Potential applicants. I had a thought, and then, I was gonna ask the board how you'd like me to, if anyone has thoughts, I can contact folks, or you all can, or however the board would like to proceed.
I would probably prefer that you all contacted on behalf of the board.
Okay.
The
I
names
will.
John suggested, I'm gonna give you a name after the meeting's over, and if any other members have anything,
I have a name, so.
yeah, they can get with Hans or email Hans, and Hans can go through those names.
Glad to proceed however everyone would like, so
Sounds good.
thanks very much.
Okay. All right, next item on the agenda, consider award of bid number 1838 for PVC pipe to Ferguson Waterworks for $113,578.20. Sharmista.
Good evening. Well, the Woodford County Fiscal Court received a grant for $1.254 million to perform water line improvements and to provide water to unserved customers out in the Woodford County area. The roads along Hippie AG, Shore Acres, 4 Acre Road, and Watts Ferry. So the underserved customers have anytime you can't provide fire protection off a water line if it's less than 6 inch in diameter, they're considered underserved. And then, of course, the unserved customers that have no water right now. So the areas that these customers lie in are within the FPB water service territory. So the Woodford County Fiscal Court has partnered with us to perform that work for them. So it'll consist of 2 parts. One's going to be, FPB crews will install the 6 inch portion of the line. It's a water district we inherited years ago, and it's primarily PVC pipe. So we went ahead and thought just help with cost and just be consistent with the material of pipe out there now. We put the bid out for a 6 inch PVC pipe. And the other part is going to be constructed by a contractor, which bids were open last week. And so they'll perform all the 3 inch water line construction. So we did send it. We received the 4 responses. Ferguson Waterworks was the lowest response in just regular straight pipe. And there's going to be, anytime there's like bends and turns in the pipe, we expect some surges. We want pipe with restrained gaskets, so that's where the 2 different types of pipe are. So lowest total was from Ferguson Waterworks. Woodford County Fiscal Court will reimburse for all funds. Fortunately, our cost estimate for the 6 inch portion and the bid opening for the 3 inch portion actually all is about $1.2 million. So as of now, the numbers look good. Yeah. We'll be reimbursed for all costs. Ferguson Waterworks, we've used them multiple times. They're a regular supplier to the Frankfurt Plant Board, and recommend award to Ferguson.
Excellent. Any questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve bid item number 1838. All those in favor say, 1836, I'm sorry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Sharmista.
Thanks.
Next item on the agenda, number 5.3, consider approving the renewal of the master service agreement with Big River Telephone Company, LLC. Adam.
Yes, this is basically a rinse and repeat of the contract. The original contract was from 2016. We did a renewal in 2021. This is another 5-year renewal. Big River's done a good job for us since we decided to kind of step away from the switching side and have them provide the service. Basically, the only thing different in this contract is they ask for up to a 2 or 3% COLA after the 2nd year of the contract. Other than that, it's the same contract we signed in 2021.
Okay.
I mean, as far as the risk, I mean, they've served us well, and it would probably be pretty hard to, a pretty good undertaking to move to somebody else at this point.
Yeah.
So.
Any questions? Not, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved. Second.
Motion made and seconded to approve the agreement with Big Rivers. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Item number 5.4, consider approval of Bendix and GE Substation Engineering Services with Burns and McDonald. Travis.
Yes, sir. So staff issued an RFQ for engineering services. This will be for the T43 and T45 projects. Those are budgeted electric capital improvement projects. So we've got a station class transformer at each that will need to be replaced. So we issued those bids and sent them directly to potential respondents. We received 6 responses, and Burns & Mac was the top-rated firm. The total cost for these services is $87,500, including an optional LiDAR scan. So the ask for the board is staff to be approved up to that amount. We're going to have some more discussions with them on whether or not that's actually necessary. In order to get to that point, we got to kind of walk through some of these initial stages. So if it's agreeable to the board, we'd be asking to be approved up to that amount. And of course, if we don't need it, we won't go forward with it. One other thing I'd like to note, talked to Hans a little bit this afternoon. He noted a few items in their terms, which are included in the back of the statement of work, that he would like to have changed. A few of them are kind of standard procedural stuff, venue for disputes, that type of stuff. Hans, if you need to add on anything to that. So that would be, if the board is willing to approve with the understanding that the terms will need to satisfy the staff attorney's terms.
So we'll approve, and then will we come back for further approval, or are we going to?
You tell me if you like that. If you would like to see it again, I think Hans knows exactly what he wants to see. So if they can meet his terms, we would like to
Hans, is
proceed.
this something you can talk about in open session, or would you rather?
I can talk in open session, yes, sir. In the past, when we've had kind of revisions that we get up to the board, we've asked the board to approve it contingent on the general managers and staff attorneys review and approval. And this has one provision that kind of concerned me, was it limits the liability to, I think, $100,000 regardless of what insurance policies are available.
Oh,
So we've seen some other cases where, you've had, projects that go awry perhaps, and then damages, and say, well, there's a limit on the insurance or a limit on what you can recover. And if you have adequate insurance, then that's not a problem. But if you have that cap in that contract, that can be a stumbling block. So I'd like to get that revised a little bit if I can.
So, and the Travis Fresh, kind of educate me here. What are they doing the LiDAR scans for? What are they?
Yeah. Yeah. So these are older stations. Drawings are somewhat inconsistent or not existent at all. So if we have to change equipment layouts and add new structures, they're going to have to marry those new to the old. So that would be what the LiDAR scan is for. In place where a drawing doesn't exist, if we're adding new structures, they really need kind of that level of detail to do a new structure design. Yes, sir.
I would move, Mr. Chairman, to approve the contract subject to final review by the staff attorney and general manager, as long as the terms, in terms of the actual contract amount, don't change, but just things that need to
the
be
specifics
correct.
of the contract that Hans mentioned.
Right.
Okay. That motion's been made. Need a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item number 5.5, consider approving an addendum to the AccuWeather agreement. Harvey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Staff and the Cable Advisory Committee recommend approval of this addendum to the Weather Show Creator 24/7 agreement. It's a one-year term, and there's a slight increase in the cost, which was anticipated and budgeted. If you'll recall, this service took over the Weather Channel's weather scan local service back in 2022. And it powers our FPB local weather on Channel 19. No additional carriage requirements or obligations, and staff attorney's reviewed it and meets with his approval. I'd be happy to answer any questions on this item.
Any questions from any of the members?
Just extending our existing agreement, basically.
Right.
And I might just add, Mr. Chairman, I can't tell you how many people call me and want to know what the weather is, because they know we have,
Right.
our cable has 24/7,
Uh-huh.
and they'll call and say, what's the weather going, what's it doing? So, I mean, it's a great service, it
Oh, yeah.
really is,
People watch it, for sure.
yeah.
So behind me TV, that's your second favorite FPB
It's close, I
channel?
mean, it could be tied, yeah, because Ed Sullivan has never come back on, so I mean, things are bad on Sunday night, it's bad.
Okay, then I will entertain a motion to approve the extension of the agreement.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you all.
Next item, General Manager, do you have any comments? Okay. Any old or new business? Just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Let everybody know that our offices will be closed on Christmas Day, day after Christmas, and we'll be closing a half day. We'll be closing at noon on Christmas Eve. But as always, in emergencies, the phone will ring and the crews will get out and do what they need to do. So I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Need to have a small closed session. Mr. Cubine.
I'd like to make a motion to request permission to call a closed session pursuant to KRS 61.8101C to discuss pending litigation regarding a customer matter, administrative matter, and a contract matter.
Any discussion? All those, need a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? We're going into closed session. We're back. Need a motion to come out of closed session.
I move we come out of closed session.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We are officially out of closed session. Mr. Cubine?
No action, nothing was discussed in closed session which requires any board action.
Okay, then, last item on the agenda is adjournment.
I move we adjourn.
Motion made and seconded for adjournment. All those in favor say aye. Any opposed? We're adjourned. Merry Christmas, everybody.
See you, Catherine.